that EasyPaisa is here to stay.
People choose cash so that they cannot pay taxes.
Women are better when it comes to financial services. People can now directly invest in a stock market. So mutual fund is an equity fund. So that is still a safer mechanism because there are fund managers sitting to manage your money. But then if you are confident enough, if you are savvy enough to invest directly with the stock market, you can go directly there all through the app. No physical visit, no documentation, nothing. Just need to tell the chatbot that this is something which is coming up. I need to do this transaction. Please process at this date and time and to this person, and the agent will take care of it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of All Things Money. I'm your host Fatima Attarwala. My guest today is Farhan Hassan, Chief Digital Officer at Easypaisa Digital Bank. Hi Farhan, welcome to the show.
Assalamu alaikum Fatima, thank you for having me.
So if I were to Google Easypaisa, I think the first thing that popped up was that Telenor might be exiting. It just exited its telco share, so now it might be exiting Easypaisa. Is that something that is happening?
So you started off very aggressively, right?
Let's get the elephant out of the room first.
All right, okay. So I mean, again, these news do come in, prominence off and on, right? So it has been like a couple of years ago. This also, popped up because Telenor was transacting on the Telenor telecom business, right? So yes, as far as the shareholding is concerned, Easypaisa is 55% owned by Telenor Group and 45% by Ant Financials from Alibaba Group. So the important message or the important thing is to know for everyone and for your audiences that Easypaisa is here to stay, right? So whatever happens with the shareholding, and these things do happen in the corporate environment. So I really don't have much information in terms of commenting on the details of it and why that news popped up. There could be, there could not be. I really don't have, I'm not privy to that information. But the point is that Easypaisa is here to stay, is here to serve our customers, and we are as dedicated as we have always been.
Well, clearly, Easypaisa just became Pakistan's first licensed digital retail bank in January 2025. So that's not so long ago. So it seems that the plans are for Easypaisa to stay. But now that Easypaisa does have a digital retail bank, how does that make a difference in how you're serving your customers?
So like Easypaisa has a long history. We have been in business for more than 16 years, and the reason for our existence was initially for financial inclusion, because back in the day when State Bank started offering branchless banking license, the whole objective and the whole idea was to create the financial inclusion, was to create and bring people within the formal banking channels. The thing is that Pakistan is among the least banked population country, among the least ones in the world. And within the region, if we talk about like India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, even within the region, we are the lowest. So it was, it came up with this whole intention that we need to bring an ease to people, to bring ease of financial services. So that is the core objective of initiating Easypaisa. But over time, the kind of change that we were able to create, the kind of impact that Easypaisa was able to create within Pakistan, that moved us from first like completely over-the-counter service. Then we created our own app there where people could have their own stored value accounts. They could open small value accounts, which were low KYC accounts, which we call them. So they were able to do transactions. They were able to do financial transactions right from their mobile phones. Then we revamped our services to create more use cases. And now, alhamdulillah, given our performance, given our track record, State Bank gave us the digital banking license early last year. And yeah, I mean, it's we have never looked back actually after launching Easypaisa.
A consumer that was using Easypaisa services before the bank, and now he's using Easypaisa services. What extra services are you offering through the bank, and what has the uptake been of those services?
All right. So the key difference between branchless banking and the digital banking is the kind of services that you can do with the digital banking license. Digital banking license gives you basically the freedom to do a complete banking solution and the complete banking product suite to offer to the customers. Previously, we were limited in terms of the account limits. We were limited in terms of doing the international transactions. We were limited to do lending up to a certain extent only. But with getting the digital banking license, people can now have full-fledged bank accounts with really high account limits. One, the other thing that they will be able to do is to have international transactions.
So you can pay Netflix through EasyPaisa?
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
So that is something that we are, so all these new services are now coming up. So international business is really big for us. International remittance, Pakistan is one of the biggest recipient of international remittance. I mean, in terms of our foreign reserves, remittance plays a huge role, right? And digitizing that whole value chain, bringing in the rails which people can use, which will be low cost, fast, efficient. That can create the kind of traction and the real change that EasyPaisa can create. So that is big on agenda for us.
So if somebody is sitting in Saudi Arabia and wants to send money home, they can use through
so
EasyPaisa?
even today they are able to do it through EasyPaisa. I mean they can go to any money transfer service and they can send money directly to EasyPaisa account. But the key difference with a digital bank is that we don't want the customers to even go out in Saudi as well. I mean, we integrate directly from one wallet to another wallet, right? So they should be able to do it directly, sitting there and then
sitting at home and just being able to transfer it.
And receive money here in Pakistan in their wallets directly.
Is this something they are able to do right now or will be able to?
So not the wallet ones, but yes, otherwise if they go to any like Western Union, RIA, money transfer services, so these MTOs, they can simply route the transaction to EasyPaisa accounts by just they will be providing the EasyPaisa account details over there, and then people will be able to receive funds in Pakistan.
But now that the international transactions, so it's in the pipeline that they'll have an app and they can just do it from their home. Okay. So when I talk about EasyPaisa, it's always like EasyPaisa JazzCash. Even if you go to, I don't know if you've ever been to Board Basin, and so initially it was cash only, but now it's like, okay, we accept EasyPaisa and JazzCash. So what is the difference? What is the USP or the differences between the two services?
So again, you see, having a strong competition, having good competition is always healthy for the economy, for the customers, for the country. The way I see it, the thing is that our key competition is cash, right? And when we say cash, I mean, look at the cash in circulation within Pakistan and the kind of, again, that is also one of the highest within the region. In like one of the reports I was reading from a state bank, like more than 9 trillion rupees are in circulation in Pakistan, which is like huge, right? So in terms of the opportunity at hand, all the players in the market, not just JazzCash, there are some other smaller wallets like NeaPay and SadaPay, they are coming up. Now the other digital banks are now launching their services with Rakmi and Mashreq and Hugo and KTR in the pipeline. So I mean, it's always good to have more competition in the country, and that only validates the proposition that you are working on, that only validates the kind of problem that you are trying to solve for people. If you have more competition, if you have more players investing in Pakistan, so overall it's a good thing. And yes, I mean, EasyPaisa has a longer and a bigger legacy. So yes, I mean, EasyPaisa, like it's a category name. Even if you want to do money transfer through any other means, many a times I have heard people saying, "Yaar, EasyPaisa kar do." So that's they might be saying having a bank transfer, but that's how it is synonymous with the money transfer service. And yeah, I mean, it's really exciting time for Pakistan and for me as a business head in terms of working with the competition and finding our own niche and finding our own footings.
So it's not about competing for the same slice of pie. The cash pie is so big that
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
the more the players, the bigger the awareness, the better it is for all the existing players.
Exactly. I mean, right, it should be the last thing to worry in terms of
Absolutely.
about each other. It's about the country, it's about the economy that has a huge potential to work with.
Absolutely. I mean, I was at a very well-known, of the biggest hospitals in Pakistan, and the cafeteria had cash only. You know, I had my cards. I didn't have cash. So I had to take my 2 kids and walk around the really huge hospital trying to find an ATM. By the time I got the money from the ATM and I went back to the cafeteria, I'd gotten lost somewhere in the middle. So it took me, whole process took me about 20, 30 minutes. The cafeteria had closed. And I'm like, why can you not just accept a card? I mean, it's such a big hospital. I had paid all the consulting fees in a card. So it's a very cash-oriented economy. How can we change that, though?
You see, again, there are quite a few factors that needs to be worked upon if we are able to overcome this gap. Again, so when we talk about merchant acquisition, when we talk about bringing in more businesses into the folds, what exactly is the value proposition that the service is offering for the merchants to acquire digital payment solutions is something that we need to work on. Right now, like generally, I mean, this is what the industry by and large at right now is offer QR or POS machines as a cash alternate, right? And then they stop. Most of them stop over there. But what exactly is in it for the merchant to start using it? I mean, are we giving them more value-added services like digital lending, like cash flow management, like customers, more customers? Because what is the pain point of the merchant? They need more customers. They don't need another alternate to the cash. Cash is still very convenient for them, and they are happy to take it. It's easy. It's real-time fulfillment. I'm good, happy. I don't want any other complication in my life. But what it cannot provide are these value-added services. I mean, and cash can never do that, right? There is no tracking, there is no trail of that money on which you can get more financing, more customers, more value out of that transaction. So that is something that we need to work upon as well from the service providers. And then obviously there has to be some government and regulators push that is required. And now the kind of momentum that I'm seeing in the country with the PM Cashless Economy Initiative, that is bringing in good results for the country at large. I have seen, the kind of attention the government is paying to this whole, area is something that is really heartening because it really serves the purpose of, for us to do more, right? So it gives us the impetus to, put in more energies because now we know that there is this business who's trying to do and digitization in the country, and then there is government and the regulator which is completely in sync with what needs to be done. And I believe now is the right time, and now is like the kind of momentum that we always wanted is with us now. And soon I hope by the next time you will visit the same place, you will not face the same issue.
I agree. We've had State Bank, we had the Banking Association, we had Karandas. Everybody is saying digitization is the way forward. The government, everybody is on board with digitization. People choose cash so that they cannot pay taxes. If my salary could come in cash without me having to pay taxes, I would choose that cash. This is why when you look at the SVP's payment system reports, the number of volume of transactions, but the amount per transaction is very low. We'll use the cash to make the payment for a mobile top-up, but the big ticket items are still cash-based. The whole real estate economy, for example, that's billions just cash slushing around because of taxation. Nobody wants to be part of the formula. So so till the fundamentals of the economy are not solved, cash is still king.
They can. I mean, it's a chicken and egg situation in my view. The thing is that because we are not able to collect taxes enough, we need to burden the existing people, salaried class in particular, as well as we need to put indirect taxation a lot in terms of sales tax, in terms of GSTs and whatnot, right? So those are the measures which government needs to take because there is no documentation. There is very less digital transactions happening which are documented, and a whole parallel economy is working on cash. Now that the more we get the digitization initiatives done, the more government and regulators push towards that. A lot of the moment those cash transactions starts happening on digital rails, that is where you will see the change happening, and that is because yes, I mean, again, since the cash is so high, the government needs to put a lot of taxes to cover up that gap,
Yes.
right? And that is where so the more digitization happens, and the government and the regulators, they all realize this fact that there is a certain limit you can tax people, right? You cannot tax unlimited amount of areas where you can put taxes on people. You need to find ways to bring the undocumented economy to the documented side. And yeah, I mean, like with the budget coming in, and with the kind of other initiatives that we see, the intent seems to be there. The motivation is there, and the players like us are also part of those conversations. So we are very much optimistic about the future. Yes, in the short run, this might be a bit of a trouble for merchants and for customers. But in the long run, I believe this will help the country at large, and very soon we will be able to bridge that gap. Not fully in small steps, one baby step at a time, but definitely we are on the right track on that.
I guess one of the reasons is that, as you pointed out, cash, you cannot create a history. And you need that history to be able to get access to credit. And if you get access to credit, then you're from an SME, you can become a medium enterprise. And at least we hope that is the path that we take. We're talking about the macroeconomy. You have talked about the real estate. But then there are also a lot of women who are not part of the macroeconomy. They're part of the microeconomy. They might be in peri-urban areas. They might be in rural areas. But through digital wallets, they can become part of the financial inclusion. So has that been an experience at EasyPaisa, that the number of females operating digital accounts, has that increased in your tenure?
So yes, so we have more than 31% of our registered account base being held by women in Pakistan, and that's a good, healthy number. Ideally, it should be higher, and we are working towards making it a reality. And we have also seen that women are better when it comes to financial services. They are more responsible. This is, I mean, something that we have seen in our experience when it comes to digital lending, when it comes to the financial services that they are using. But another area that I feel is a lot of times the onus is put on the operator, that you need to bring in more women. The regulator also pushes us to bring in more female accounts. There are some structural changes or structural things that needs to be addressed as well. When it comes to connectivity, right? Again, women have lower smartphone penetration than men in Pakistan, right? When it comes to social accessibility challenges, women do not have access to financial services, nor at times they are given freedom to exercise that, right? Then comes the education part. Women are also being held back in that area as well in terms of general literacy at large. Then financial literacy comes at a second stage. So these are some of the fundamental challenges that the country is facing, and again, these are something which our regional economies have to some extent have addressed, and they are continuously working on that. So we also in parallel. So while we are pushing, from the operator's point of view, there needs to be a consolidated effort on the other factors, which probably are not directly in my control, but can definitely help with overall women financial inclusion at large.
And so I was just talking to some people at the RAS once, and they mentioned that because of JazzCash and EasyPaisa's and other such services, there are more women in the rural areas that are becoming resellers. So ordering from Temu and whatnot and listing it on that, or making handicrafts and selling. So yes, structural issues are there, but once the means such as EasyPaisa are there, then I think there's enough innovation and creativity and entrepreneurships across the country that they find a way to use the available technology.
Yes, exactly. So that has been, a key differentiator when it comes to, giving women the tools to actually, because the cottage industry in Pakistan is big, right? And a lot of women are in that industry, and they need, payment services. And this is the gap that, alhamdulillah, we have been able to fill in for them to exercise that freedom that they always wanted when it comes to the finances. But yeah, I mean, a lot more to be done there. And yes, so these are, some of, the areas that we always, come under our discussions, because the idea is that giving them a women, card, or giving them an account name which is after, some sounds like a female account, but not necessarily any different.
Yeah, you have those female Vogue accounts. It's like, what is the difference? There's no difference.
Yes,
just the name.
exactly. So there is only, lip service
Yes.
that is being done at the moment, primarily. That, is something that, I mean, we can do as well. I mean, but the whole idea is that the value needs to come out of it for women to actually feel that there is a service which is for them, and they want to use it. And so that is, the key difference.
I think you mentioned baby steps towards digitization. One example might be that, when the tax went down for card payments, initially there were a lot of restaurants in Karachi, they all had that stay order from the court to say that no, but now I see a lot more restaurants are accepting card payments and, taking a lower. I remember just after the tax reduction was introduced, there was a very popular restaurant in Defense, and they were like, if you pay by cash, we'll give you this much discount. That discount was more than the card discount. Like, okay, fine, take cash then. But I see that trend has changed. So I think these baby steps towards digitization are at least changing consumer behavior in some form. I mean, we have so much, because of Daraz and Food Panda, we've become a lot more used to ordering online. So this is more commercial activity, more digitalization, and then players like JazzCash and EasyPaisa play their role as well.
So, it's a really interesting example that you picked up. And again, this is a classic example of when the regulation, the government, and the banks are on the same page, it creates magic, right? So yes, the tax needs to come down. I mean, I as an operator cannot bear that complete burden on myself. Yes, I can do a promotion for a week or 10 days or maybe a month, but then my budgets will run out. How will it sustain for a longer time, right? So that creating that taxation difference between card payments and the cash payments, that created the pull that customer, got attracted. We have, we have a lot of, before that initiative, every big restaurant had these POS machines, but they were all sitting somewhere down, right? Whenever you go for pay, sir, machine kharab hai, right?
That there's a time, kacha bill bana
Yes,
do.
kacha bill bana do,
Yes.
yeah, machine kharab hai. So these were all the excuses which popped up. But the moment customer asking for it, that no, I want to pay digitally, I want to pay with the card, those machines started coming out, and now nobody now bothers to, very few places here and there, they will probably end up still asking you for cash, or might create some excuses.
But even at both ways,
Yeah.
we tried to pay in cash because we needed that receipt in a certain form, and we just couldn't.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't accept it.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, I was really happy to see. I mean, at that moment I was frustrated, but I was very happy to see that change as you're talking about.
Yes.
The magic
So
that
again,
you said.
for any change to happen, all the players needs to come together. It cannot happen with just one, asking one player to do all the heavy lifting. So there has to be a consolidated effort, a combined effort to pull this whole thing up.
So now that you're a digital bank, what services can you offer that you could not offer before? We talked about it in the beginning as well, but I was just wondering what kind of uptake has been of that services.
All right, so
like, are you lending more? Are people borrowing more?
yeah.
More international transactions?
So the first hurdle that we were able to cross was the account limits.
So what were the account limits previously, and what are they currently?
So again, we were able to do like those branchless banking accounts, which were primarily level 0, level 1. Level 0 is now completely finished after the new account onboarding framework that has been
What is level
released.
0?
Level 0 was like very basic, account where you just need to have your CNIC and that's it, right? So you just enter your CNIC details, your mobile number, and you can open your bank account, right?
Okay.
But if you like were to do a higher account limit, which is level 1, so there you need to provide your biometrics, right?
Okay.
So that was the key difference. But now no account in Pakistan can open without a BVS anymore. So level 0 is practically
So it's
done
not
and
there.
dusted with. So all the
So
accounts.
even JazzCash and EasyPaisa need your thumbprint.
Yes, so if you open a bank account through EasyPaisa, the whole process is digital. It's like
How long, if I were to download the app right now,
Yeah.
accepting that I'm not an EasyPaisa customer, but if I were to download the app right now, how long would it take for me?
Well, depend which account type you are opening, right? So if you are opening a level 1 account or a Asan digital account, I would say should not take you more than 2 to 3 minutes, right? It's just simple punching in your information and it should be done right away. For a digital account, full-fledged digital account, you would need to provide your bank statements, or you would like your proof of profession and your salary slips or your proof of business. So those documentation again submitted digitally.
Which
but
level would that be?
that will be like full-fledged bank account.
That's a full-fledged
Yeah,
bank,
so
okay.
I mean account limits up to 100 million rupees. So you can do as big a transaction as you want.
So for a full-fledged bank account, you still need some kind of a payment slip or a bank account. So you still need additional documentation.
Of course.
What
I
if
mean,
this person, what if there's a housewife and she's just been given 500,000 by her husband? How does she open that
so
account?
that is where the Asan digital account comes in, right? So there is no requirement for any detailed documentation over there. Yes, you need to have your CNIC, you need to have a mobile number which is registered in your name, right? And that's about it. Provide your biometrics and you are done. So that gives you an account limit up to 1 million rupees. That's a good enough, account limit if you do not have an active,
When you say
business
account
or-
limit, that's the amount that you can deposit in the account.
Yes. So 1 million is the transaction limit, and then you can carry a deposit of up to 3 million in a digital Asan digital account. So that is the key, account type which really helps, these housewives who
If they want to
who
start a
wants-
jewelry business
exactly.
or a clothing business.
So
or
yeah, I mean, and then we have these similar merchant accounts as well, where you can provide for a certain up to for a account up to a certain limit. You can provide some basic information and you can start doing a business. And as your business flourish, obviously you will be able to provide those documentation that why your account limits are
Need to be
always
increased.
hitting the max limit. So they can always provide us the information, and we can actively increasing their account limits right away.
And can they also borrow digitally?
Yes, so that is something that is also changing after digital bank. So we were not able to do more than 30,000 rupees of digital lending. Now we can do higher limits, higher accounts, like higher digital lending amounts over there. So that is changing for us. Then account types we have already talked about. Then international business, that is something. Card payments which are currently limited to local transactions only, but will be able to be used outside of Pakistan, will be able to use for any e-commerce service that they want to do online. So that is something that is happening. Then the other area which is now really a revelation for us is the wealth management aspect of the digital banking, because up until now, because people did not have enough limits, they did not bring in a lot of money either. But after getting the DRB license, so the first thing that we also realized that there is a dire need in Pakistan to digitize the wealth management aspect of things. There are a lot of savers in Pakistan, but they are saving informally. They are buying gold informally, they are putting cash in house, like
Or dollars,
like committees and all those small ticket items, but no formality around it. So we created a digital term deposit product, and it went off like anything. I mean, people started bringing in money because they could see digitally, they could see their wealth growing. I mean, right now, alhamdulillah, more than 4 million people are actively saving with us, right? And that's a big, yes, the ticket size per customer is smaller when you compare it with big savers, with big banks. But the point is that there is a service now which enables a common Pakistani to start saving formally. I mean, there is a bank who's taking all that burden and all that responsibility to make sure that your investments are safe. Your product, you are saving money with us. We are giving you a profit rate based on your deposits and all that stuff. So that is something that was never heard of. Now people can do mutual funds investment through EasyPaisa app. So again,
So you would say at the grassroots level, you have increased access to the Pakistan stock market as well.
Yes, exactly. So we have done mutual funds, and we have done a direct integration with one of the brokerage houses in Pakistan, and people can now directly invest in the stock market. So mutual fund is an equity fund. So that is still a safer mechanism, because there are fund managers sitting to manage your money. But then if you are confident enough, if you are savvy enough to invest directly with the stock market, you can go directly there, all through the app. No physical visit, no documentation, nothing. I mean, you can go and do it yourself. So that is the kind of revolution that we are working on, and this has created a lot of opportunities for people. Now we are working on the Islamic products. So this is a huge demand from our customers, that we need to work with some Islamic savings and investment opportunities. So we worked with Mizan Bank, we worked with Faisal Bank, and we brought their mutual funds onto our app. So that has really played really positively for the customers as well as for us. Then we are now working on Takaful and saving based insurance products, all Islamic. So that is something again which is giving people a lot of options. The idea is that anything finance, EasyPaisa should be able to do and serve our customers, right from like money transfers and bill payments and getting your mobile top up, to investments and bigger more let's say strategic decisions for long term, like where to invest, where to save, how much to keep in currents and how much in saving and all that stuff. So everything is being provided to our customers, that they don't need to think beyond that. And on top of that, we are now like we have our own mini app platform, where we are giving our customers a lot more opportunities to engage for other payments, like you mentioned about Netflix, right? So you should be able to pay for that. Gaming is a huge within the Gen Z, it's a huge segment in its own right. People buy a lot of gaming
skins and whatnot. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to delink my debit card from my mobile because my kid kept wanting to buy.
Exactly.
Like, why?
Yeah. So it is also one of the biggest payment use case on EasyPaisa as well, because we partner with all the big aggregators who are providing these gaming vouchers, right? So the people are paying through EasyPaisa directly over there. Then we have a huge potential on the streaming side. So again, I mean, all these services are there, which are available through our mini app platform, which is giving people a lot of opportunity to engage with us more, beyond just the basic transactions to these lifestyle use cases.
So basically, you're servicing the grassroots level. So you have the small merchants, the waiters, whatnot. You providing them financial solutions in terms of investment products.
Yeah, but not just them. I mean, it's the bigger segment. So the digital banking license actually unlocks the other segment which we were not able to serve before, right? So that is where the key difference is, that yes, those people are there, they they will still be able to use EasyPaisa, but there was this huge gap in between, where big banks were after really high net worth individuals, but there was this whole middle class which were not able to get. They were always underbanked, I would say, not unbanked but underbanked. They might have a salary falling in some bank account, or might have a bank account, but they were not actively using it beyond just basic stuff. So that is where we are, we come into play, where they are able to save more, where they are able to invest more, and then where they are able to engage with other services which were not available to them otherwise.
So do you also have lending products for SMEs?
Yes.
So can we talk a little bit more about that? Because that is one sector that has been very underbanked by the big boys. Unless you have JS Bank and the smaller players.
Yeah, I mean that is something that we are also working on, and we do have, we are starting off with, earned wage access. That is a very small, low risk product. So that is how we are, entering in that segment where, SMEs can benefit from that. Then we will, definitely move towards, so with the merchant business coming in, and with the kind of, acquisition growth that we are seeing on the merchant side, the whole idea and the objective is to move towards that area where we will be able to do, merchant lending as well. And then, all these things will culminate and give us enough data points to be able to serve the SMEs better going forward. So yeah, I mean that sector I would say is still a bit underbanked, and hopefully in future that gap will be filled very soon.
So you mentioned data points. AI is such a big buzzword right now, AI and data points. How much of AI integration is being done at EasyPaisa?
You mean for the consumers?
Across, for consumers, for data processing, for fraud protections, across the board.
Okay. So you see, with AI there are two aspects to it. One is customer facing, and the other is more inward looking. When we talk about inward looking, so yes, primary use of AI is at the technology end, where a lot of our development is being done through AI. It is also helping us with a lot of management tools as well, when it comes to the quality of the code, and when it comes to managing the QAs of our products and services when we are launching them. Then comes our risk and compliance and transaction monitoring systems, which are actively making use of AI now, with the risk engine, with all these data points. That is also helping us mitigate certain things more. I would say actively, without being very intrusive to the consumer behavior at large. Then the primary, and the biggest, so that is probably not AI, but yeah, I mean machine learning was there when it comes to digital lending, because the whole digital lending, the foundation of that whole digital lending is data, right? Because of the customer behavior and because of the customer transacting with us, we are able to actually see and give them better services when it comes to digital lending. So that is actively used over there. So these are more inward looking, more the kind of things that we are doing. And then for the customer facing, again, one aspect of those risk and compliance controls customers will also face when it comes to the AI implementation. And the other part is the use of AI by the consumers on the EasyPaisa app. So we have our own AI chatbot, which we have named Elo. Right, so it's a cute mascot, which if you just shake your phone, it will pop up, and you can converse with Elo, and that is currently helping people with complaint lodgement. Right,
so Elo speaks English, or does it
so both. So it understands English and then Urdu as well, and over there people can ask for products, people can ask any query that they have, and then in the next phase people would be able to do experience the agentic AI, right? So people do not have to do a certain use case to actually do the transaction. You just need to tell the chatbot that this is something which is coming up, I need to do this transaction, please process at this date and time and to this person, and the agent will take care of it. So that is the future. Yeah. So that is the future that we are looking at as well. And yeah, I mean that is right now the customers are exposed to Elo as a chatbot, but in future it will much more than that. I mean it will be a financial advisor. It will be your agent in terms of doing all the transactions. It might be helping you remember birthdays and buying gifts on your behalf.
Making sure that your wife gets a birthday present on time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming to the future. Seems very exciting, especially now that we have digitalization and companies like EasyPaisa in the mix. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me, and I really enjoyed talking to you.
Same here.